Hi, everybody. Miss Cleary here, and I'm coming to you to talk about Earth Day. Did you know that the very first Earth Day was celebrated on April 22nd, 1970? And it happens every April 22nd. A U.S. Senator from Wisconsin named Gaylord Nelson began this day as a large demonstration to organize people to let the government know that they wanted to do better for the Earth. The very first Earth Day was celebrated by more than 20 million people. On Earth Day, we talk about the things that we can do to help the Earth or to help to reduce how we impact the damage to the Earth. You've probably heard the terms reduce, reuse, and recycle. When we reduce something, we use less of it. Think about bringing your own bags to the grocery store. So we use less plastic bags. We reduce the need for them. Reusing means that we find different ways to use things that we bought. So we might have bought something for one reason, but we found a different way to use it after we were finished. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. When we reuse items, we save them from going into the landfills or going into the trash cans and the dumpsters. We allow them to be reused and repurposed. How do we do that? Well, let me tell you. I bet if you're anything like me, you're getting very bored at home. And what I've been doing is finding ways to occupy my time. One of those ways is doing crafts. And since I don't want to go out to the stores because I want to be respectful and I want to be responsible, I've been spending my time crafting with items that I already have that I no longer use for the reason that I bought them. For example, I bought some twine a long time ago. Twine is really thin rope. I bought that a long time ago to tie up my corn husks on Halloween, tie them up on the porch. Well, I had some extra twine and I had an empty glass vase that I was not doing anything with. So here's what I did. I took the twine, that's the rope, and I wrapped it around the glass vase, and I made a decorative vase that looks totally different than anything I've seen in stores. I can use it to hold my pencils or my pens. I can put flowers in it. I can use it for all different types of organization. Pretty cool. Okay, what else have I done while I have been home? Talking about organization, this isn't something I just did, but it's a really good thing. So when I get things in the mail, they come in boxes sometimes, and I use the items inside the box, but I have this great box still here. And this one's really cool because it has some magnetism on the sides. So what I use this box for is I keep all of the cards that people have given me for my birthday, for other holidays, and I like to keep them in a special place. So I keep them in this awesome box, and eventually, when I've used enough magazines and I'm finished reading them, I can cut those and decorate the box using the magazines. Are you starting to get the idea? We reuse items that we bought for a different purpose. So I reused the box, I reused the vase. Something else that I did was when I craft, I found some really great wooden utensils in my kitchen. I am sure that when I bought them, I had the absolute, I was gonna be a big chef or a baker, and I haven't used them. And so instead of throwing them away, I painted them and I put them into a frame. So these were just plain wooden forks that I turned into artwork. Isn't that fun? Okay, so it's not all been fun and games since I've been home. I talked about not going to the stores because I want to be respectful and responsible. But when I do have to go, which is once in a while, I need a mask. If you've been watching the news, you've heard that we need to be really careful when we go out in public. So what I did was I had some old leggings that I was ready to throw away. I had gone through, they weren't even in good enough condition to give to somebody else. But what I did was I started cutting them. And the first thing I was able to make was a mask so that when I go out, I'm safe. See, I just cut them and the little holes go over my ears. And now, oops, if I need to go out in public, I'm safe. I've also been using them as rags. So it's really important to keep the house clean, and it keeps me in a good mood while I'm home for all of this time. So I've cut these up and I've created some rags that I can clean with. Speaking of cleaning, it was time to replace my toothbrush. Instead of throwing my toothbrush into the trash, I cleaned it and I decided that I would use it as a cleaning tool. So if I really need to get into some of those little tiny places, I'm able to do that with a toothbrush that I bought for brushing my teeth, but now I'm using it for brushing things like tile. So why am I telling you about all the things that I have reused? Here's why. We're reaching out to you today and we want to give you a challenge. Your challenge is this. Take a look around your home. Find something that you could reuse for a different purpose than what you bought it for. There's a lot of things that you can do. You can even look on the internet. We're in a great time now. It's spring, so there's probably a lot of things you can do with gardening and things that you have around the house. People have reused crayons for things, but make sure you check with an adult before you use something that does not belong to you. But what we're challenging you with today is find something in your home that you were considering throwing away or that you think somebody might not be using anymore, and find another way to use it. What you'll be doing for the earth is making sure that that object doesn't end up in the trash, doesn't end up in a landfill, and doesn't take up space where there is space to take up. We want to make sure that we preserve the earth as best we can. So your challenge is to find that item and tell us what are you going to use it for? Either take a picture or a video and then post it to social media with the hashtag SDoL cares, because at SDoL, we care about our earth. I hope everybody has a great day, and I can't wait to see what you come up with. Bye-bye.